Variety and entertainment is where it's at right here at WICC. And we got Carl Yard here from Barbados.
Ho.
And we have Ann Kissel here. And also, I got to tell you, we have every once in a while we get some really interesting guests, and this is a really interesting guest. We have on the line Debbie Moss. Hi, Debbie. Let's see, Debbie Moss. Did I hang up on her? Yes, I probably did. No, I didn't even touch that button. Oh, well. I just lost my caller. Hopefully she'll call right back. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully we can
Johnny.
get it. Hi, Debbie.
How you doing?
Well, Debbie Moss is directly related, a descendant from the Bonnie and Clyde gang, and I think we got her back, right, Stace? I think let me just check with Stacy. Hang in there, folks. Cause,
one person you don't want to hang on.
And okay, we have our guest Debbie. Hi, Debbie Moss.
Hello, how are you doing?
How are you? Let me explain to the folks listening. Debbie Moss, I found her by trying to locate the Bonnie and Clyde car that they were shot in, because I saw that car at the Great Danbury State Fair in Connecticut being exhibited, and through my research on the net, I ran into Debbie. And Debbie is a direct descendant of
Blanche Barrow.
Blanche Barrow, one of the original members of the Bonnie and Clyde gang.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
She's the sister-in-law to Clyde Barrow.
She was Clyde's sister-in-law.
So you don't want to make her angry.
No. No, we don't want to make Blanche. Now, what's really interesting is that Debbie has actual audio recordings of her aunt from interviews that she's done with her aunt, right, Debbie?
Yes, I do. I've got probably about 3 hours of audio tapes where she recorded her stories to family. This was about 4 years before she died.
Wow. Wow, that's very...
It's really a neat thing to have, because it's nothing like hearing the story coming from someone who actually was there.
Yes.
And it shows a lot of her personality comes out in it.
And also, in the film Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway from the long ago, everybody thinks of that movie when they think of Bonnie and Clyde, and the way they portrayed your aunt was misleading.
Oh, yeah. She was nothing like that. She was actually interviewed by Warren Beatty and given a script to read, and she approved it, but by the time the director got through with it and Hollywoodized it, it was nothing at all like the events that really happened. I mean, it's an entertaining movie, but if you're looking for facts, that's the wrong place to get it.
Wow. Now, they portrayed her as a screaming, hysterical woman who didn't seem to ever be in control of herself. And she was far from that, am I right?
Right. There's so many stories. There were witnesses that say she had a puppy, that she was running down the street with this puppy in her apron. Her puppy was a 2-year-old American Eskimo, that weighed probably about 20 pounds, 25 pounds. I'd like to see her stick one of those in her pocket. I mean, there's so many rumors out there that...
Right. Right, that goes with the myth. There's so much stuff behind the myth. Now, Debbie, when I spoke to you briefly via email about the people that when Bonnie and Clyde were brought down, when justice came and gave them that bad case of lead poisoning,
right.
One of the officers or sheriffs, was he related to you too, arresting officers or?
No. A friend of mine, Boots Hinton, his dad was Ted Hinton, and he was one of the officers that fired shots during the ambush.
Wow. Now, Blanche Barrow was married to Buck Barrow, Clyde's brother.
Right.
And how did they team up with Bonnie and Clyde?
Buck had been in prison, and he had escaped, and Blanche and Buck had of course, he was an escaped convict, so they were kind of on the run for about 21 months, and I think she had her fill of that life, and she talked him into going back into prison and finishing out his term. And when he got out, Clyde got out shortly around that same time, and the family wanted to get together. Clyde wanted to see his brother Buck, and Buck wanted to see him, and Buck told Blanche, we're just going to go up there and see him, and then we're going to come back to Dallas. And I think he pretty much told her what she wanted to hear. he kind of idolized his brother, and as far as going straight, that probably would have never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And when they met up in Joplin,
Missouri.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They.
Is someone robbing that cash register? You're not in a holdup, are you, right now?
They were up there for just a short time, and
maybe
some
she's
people
holding
were
somebody up.
suspicious as to what was going on there. They thought they were bootleggers, and the cops showed up, and not realizing who they had.
Wow.
And there was gunfire, and by that time it was just no turning back.
Now, your Aunt Blanche, she did do jail time, am I right?
Yes, she did. She did close to 6 years.
Wow.
In the Missouri State Penitentiary in Jefferson City.
Wow, that's no picnic.
No.
But she was a very strong woman.
Yeah, she really was. She to have survived what she survived, and then when they got up into Dexfield Park, where they were ambushed up there, and Buck was shot. She basically was watching her husband dying of bullet wounds as they grabbed her and yanked her away. The famous picture of her sitting there screaming, "Whoa!" I would be sitting there screaming. The man's got his foot on top of his head, holding it down, threatening to kill him. Wow. She's actually going to scream, don't shoot him again, because he's dying already. And she wasn't even allowed to be with him when he died, much less attend his funeral.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was really very sad. She paid for what part of the crimes that she committed. Yeah. She paid for it by far, many times over.
Now, Bonnie and Clyde...
in prison.
Bonnie and Clyde both wanted to be buried together, am I right?
Right.
And they are not, am I right?
Right. Emma Parker, Bonnie's mother, decided he had her in life, but he was not going to have her in death, and that was her wish.
Wow! So she felt that
she had Bonnie buried in the near the family plots in Fish Trap Cemetery, but it wasn't kept up very well. So Bonnie's sister, Billie Jean, bought 4 plots in another cemetery in Dallas and moved them there where it was better taken care of.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, Debbie, your aunt's husband Buck, living in the shadow not living in the shadow, but enamored and admiring his big brother, Clyde. Mm-hmm. Clyde had escaped prison by...
Actually, it was his little brother.
Oh, his little brother?
Yeah.
That's right, that's right.
Clyde was not the youngest, but the second youngest, next to the youngest.
Now, he got off of a work detail in prison by taking a shovel and amputating his own toe, right?
Well, he had a pen pal, as you'd call it, chop his toes off, a couple of his toes off, trying to get out of work duty, hoping to be able to be sent over to the main prison at Huntsville and get him off the prison farm so he could be over there near Buck. But his mother had already arranged to have him paroled early. So, within just a couple of weeks, he was walking out of prison on crutches. So it was really all in vain.
That's wild. Debbie, before we go, because time's almost out, but before we go, is there a website that you'd like to give out that people could get in touch with you and check out photos and history?
Oh, I've got lots of stuff on there. It's www.dazzled.com/Blanche, BLANCHE /.
Okay.
And they can go there and they can order the CD, see lots of pictures, and has lots of links to other sites with information about Bonnie and Clyde. And
well, Debbie, I hope you join us again sometime in the future, and we can get some more information and when we have more time. And I want to thank you for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for asking.
All right. We know what we do on the 6s, folks. We go to traffic and weather right here on WICC.
The big one.